Hello everyone. As we all know, rice leaf folder is one of the important pests on rice. In recent years, under the influence of many factors such as farming system and climatic conditions, the rice leaf folder has broken out from time to time, which has a great impact on the yield and the quality of rice. Understanding and mastering the damage characteristics and occurrence regularity of rice leaf folder is of great significance for formulating effective and reasonable comprehensive control measures. Today, let's talk about the damage characteristics and occurrence regularity of rice leaf folder. First, let's take a look at the damage characteristics of rice leaf folder. Rice leaf folder, commonly known as Cnaphalocrosis medinalis guenei, belongs to Lepidoptera pyralidae and is one of the important pests on rice. It is widely distributed in various rice regions in the north and south of China, but the southern rice region has a large amount of occurrence, causing serious damage. It mainly damages rice, sometimes wheat, sugarcane, millet, and some poaceous weeds. The larvae roll the imago bracts of rice leaves longitudinally with filaments. The larvae hide in them and feed on mesophyll, leaving only the epidermis to form white stripes, resulting in a decrease in the 1,000 grain weight of rice and an increase in abortive grains. Generally, the yield is reduced by 20 to 30% and more than 50% in serious cases or even no harvest. Next, let's watch a short video to learn about the damage of rice leaf folder in detail.
稻纵卷叶鸣，鸣蛾科，也鸣属，俗称卷叶虫，是我国水稻产区最主要的害虫之一，广泛分布于水稻的各个产区，从南到北，从东至西，几乎有水稻的地方就会有它们的斑斑劣迹。稻纵卷叶鸣的一生分为卵、幼虫、蛹、成虫4个时期。它们的卵一般都产在水稻叶片的背面，长约1毫米，椭圆形，呈白色或浅黄色。幼虫期则是稻纵卷叶鸣危害水稻的时期，其危害水稻叶片的方式非常奇特。稻纵卷叶鸣的幼虫分为5龄，刚孵化的1龄幼虫很小，大约只有小米粒大小，对叶片的危害也很小，几乎看不到什么症状，故而极难发现。进入2龄后，它们开始吐丝，并利用吐出的丝将水稻的叶片两边粘合起来，并且不断地拉近距离，直到卷成一个桶状，然后缩身其内，将自身包裹在卷好的叶片里面。接下来，稻纵卷叶鸣的幼虫就躲藏在里面取食叶肉，仅留下白色的表皮。受害的叶片会呈现白色条纹，危害严重时，稻田白叶累累，严重影响了水稻的生产。稻纵卷叶鸣的幼虫食量很大，一只幼虫一生可以吃掉水稻叶片5至6片，多的时候可以达到9至10片。它们的食量随着虫龄的增加而增大，1至3龄的食叶量仅在10%以内，第4、5龄幼虫的食量占总取食量的90%以上，是危害的主要时期。近年来，耕作制度改革、水稻品种更新以及适宜的气候条件等诸多因素，在一定程度上加剧了稻纵卷叶鸣的发生和危害。该虫在2003年出现全国性特大爆发，此后连年猖獗危害。2007年再次出现全国性大爆发，发生面积高达2530万公顷，给我国水稻生产造成了严重的经济损失。
Through the above learning, we know that the damage and outbreak of rice leaf folder are becoming increasingly serious. Why? Let's take a look at the occurrence regularity of rice leaf folder and find the answer. First, the life history and habits of rice leaf folder. Rice leaf folder is a migratory pest. In China, 1 to 11 generations occur in a year, and 5 to 6 generations occur in a year in Chongqing, with sporadic pupae overwintering. In the eastern half of China, the insect can migrate 5 times from south to north in spring and summer, and 3 times from north to south in autumn. Imagos active at night, resting during the day, and mostly rest in rice fields or other crops and grasses around during the day. They fly up when disturbed but not far away. They have phototaxis and strong phototaxis to incandescent. Imagos can feed on nectar of flowers and honeydew of aphids for supplementary nutrition. They like to lay eggs on rice plants with green, white, and soft leaves. The eggs are mostly laid near the midvein of the middle and upper leaves, and a small number of eggs are scattered on the leaf sheath. Generally, single eggs are laid with a few 2 to 5 eggs linked together. Each female can generally lay 40 to 50 eggs, up to 170 eggs. The larvae can feed and harm after hatching. The ant borer mostly bores into the inner leaves or curled leaves to eat mesophyll. Translucent small white dots with the size of needle tips appear at the affected parts, with few buds. The second instar begins to spin threads to embellish the leaf tip or the leaf margin near the leaf tip, forming small bracts, which hide in the bracts and rodent on the epidermis and mesophyll of rice leaves, leaving only the epidermis at the affected parts, forming strip-shaped white spots of different lengths. After the third instar, the bracts grow and begin to turn into bracts for damage, and the appetite increases significantly. After the fourth instar, they turn into bracts frequently, with a sharp increase in appetite and large bracts, causing serious damage. The larvae are active and quickly retreat or fall off the ground when peeling the bracts. After the larvae mature, they mostly pupate on the yellow leaves, and ineffective tillers at the base of the rice cluster in the tillering stage, and pupate on the inner side of the leaf sheath or between plants at the base of the rice cluster, or in the old bracts after rice heading. Next, the occurrence conditions of rice leaf folder. Rice leaf folder prefers warm and high humidity with a temperature of 20 to 28 degrees Celsius and relative humidity of more than 80%, which is most conducive to imago reproductive development, egg laying, egg hatching, and larval survival. Therefore, during the egg laying and larval occurrence, the rainy and humid weather is favorable for the occurrence of the pest, while the high temperature and drought are unfavorable. The damage degree of rice leaf folder is different in different rice varieties, different growth periods, and different cultivation management. Generally, dark green, wide, and soft leaves are generally more vulnerable than the light and hard ones. Low stem varieties are more vulnerable than high stem varieties. Late Japonica varieties are more vulnerable than late Indica varieties, and hybrid rice is more vulnerable than conventional rice. For the same variety, the survival rate of larvae from tillering to heading is high, which is conducive to development. In terms of cultivation measures, excessive application of nitrogen fertilizer or long-term water accumulation in the field will cause excessive growth of seedlings and drooping leaves. At the same time, the plant has a high nitrogen content, which will induce moths to lay eggs, help the larvae to form bracts, and increase the damage. Natural enemies are also important factors affecting the occurrence of rice leaf folder. There are more than 80 natural enemies of rice leaf folder, which parasitize or prey at each insect stage. The parasitic natural enemies in the egg stage include Trichogramma confusum, Trichogramma japonicum, and Trichogramma dendrolomi. In the larval stage, there are rice leaf folder, parasitoid, rice, bollworm, parasitoid, and flatted wasp. In the pupal stage, there are Ichneumon and Brachymeria laesus walker. Predatory natural enemies include frogs, dragonflies, damselflies, spiders, staphylinids, and beetles. Today, we mainly cover the damage characteristics, life history, and living habits of rice leaf folder. Based on what you have learned, and in combination with real life, please think about why rice leaf folder frequently broke out in recent years. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.